1990, on December 1st, my son Ruben turned 13 years old. And on December 29th, 1990, I got the call that every mother doesn't want to receive. I didn't get a knock on the door by the police officers, and either did my mother. My mother actually helped me raise Ruben. And my mom was screaming, "They shot the niño, they shot the niño." And I knew she was talking about Ruben, because he was so small that we still called him El Niño. You got to bear with me because I do cry a lot. She told me she didn't know what happened, that Ruben's best friend had just run to the house to tell her that Ruben had been shot to get to the hospital. She didn't know which hospital. I went to the first hospital, which was Natividad, where he was born, and I asked if my son was there. They said no, but that they had heard there was a young man taken to Memorial Hospital. So I went to Memorial Hospital. As I walked in, they wouldn't let me see my baby. They said anybody except a mother could go in and see him. They wouldn't tell me he was mine until somebody else came to identify him. They told me they had a young man that had been shot. They thought he was between the ages of 15 and maybe 16, and I thought, thank God it can't be Ruben, because he just turned 13. But finally, one of Ruben's uncles came, and he went in, and he came out crying. He told me not to go in, just to remember Ruben the way he was. And then my husband got to go in. My husband was his stepfather, and he came out crying. It's the first time I ever saw my husband cry for my baby. He told me not to go in, to just remember him the way he was, that this was my baby they were talking about. At this point, the doctor came up to me and took me to the side. He asked me if Ruben had any enemies, and I said no. Ruben was funny. He was a funny little kid. He liked to play around and joke around, and his favorite dance was dancing on a table with high heels like Pee Wee Herman to tequila. But I told him no. Ruben had friends everywhere. Nobody would hurt him. Everybody loved him because he was so funny. He says, it's like they grabbed him by the shoulder, shot him point blank in the back of the head. Your son was executed.